Alright, so as a kid, my parents always told me I was smart, but I did a lot of stupid things, which made me act like a really foolish-looking kid. Anton France said it is human nature to think wisely and act foolishly. I agree with this because a lot of people will do something that makes them look foolish, but sometimes they're like some of the brightest people. My mom works at a high school, and I've talked to some of like her TAs and everything that are like troublemakers. When I talk to them, they're really bright. They say some like really genius things, and they know like so many things, but some of the things they do are just like plain stupid. Like they'll get into fights just for the hell of it. They'll like tag on my mom's like desk, like right in front of her, so like they get suspended. But they're just so smart that it's disappointing and stuff. And then, you know, you go to like sports and you have like the athletes that you know, they can think the game really well, but when they get on like the field or like the ice, they just commit like stupid penalties, even though they could be like the greatest players. The Anaheim Ducks have one. The captain, Ryan Getzlaf. He thinks so fluently out on the ice. Like I've heard him in interviews and I've talked to him in person, and so like I know what he's doing like mentally, but when he gets out there, he just leads like by a bad example. Like he'll take foolish penalties when they need to, you know, big plays. If they're trying to get a goal up and there's an empty net in their end, he'll make a bad pass because he's trying to be fancy, even though he knows like the basic play. So, you know, in the end, it's always mental mistakes, even though you know you can think really smart.
All right, Kyle, the opening is fine. It does look a little odd that you got your hands in your pockets at the start, and I thought, well, he'll just loosen up, but you never did, and so you kept them there for the whole 2.5 minutes that you were speaking. So that's a little bit of a problem. You've got no gestures involved in the presentation. There's not really a preview of what the content's going to be, but we do know what your point of view is on the quote, and that's good. Like I said, there's no real structure in the speech, although there does seem like there's kind of an internal division of points. So you haven't signposted anything, but I can kind of tell that you have these two positions that you're talking about. Your eye contact is distributed pretty well. Watch out for the likes. I didn't start counting them, but you did have a few of them, and I know you're trying to keep things fluent, but that's one of those catchphrases that people fall into just to sound like they are still talking, even though they are having a moment of hesitation. Your posture is okay, but you do kind of look like you're locked up into the one position, back a little ways with your hands in your pocket. That seems to be the only thing that would suggest any anxiety, because you do look around the audience. I think you could perhaps be a little bit more demonstrative with your facial expressions, but there was nothing that was problematic. Just, you know, enhance it a little bit more. Thank you.